Greetings, weirdos. Hope you're doing better than me. I am still sick as a freaking dog, stuck in a hotel room in a country that I really, really dislike. Working for a customer, well, I should be working for, obviously, I'm in isolation, for a customer that owes me money. I'm a chipper motherfricker. So I decided, as a nice distraction, to check out Patrick's tweets. And of course, since he has me blocked, I really just do a search for Stealthy Geek and then see what pops up. And I saw this one here. He got yelled at by the culture taking these worth it happy. I don't know, what is 414 day? Oh, God, Twitter is awful now. So, what is this? Give me 1 second. Luxury residence, huh? Rent prices. How much is this gonna cost? Starting at 1790. Yeah, Pat, there ain't no way you can afford that. 1790 to $11,000. $11,500 a month to live in Milwaukee. Holy shit! You gotta be kidding me. Where is this place? This better be on the water. It's not even really on the water. I mean, okay, yeah, it is. I guess you still have to. You have to go around a major road. I don't know. I don't know. I a lot of these. I'll be real with you. The Great Lakes, I think, are overrated. I don't think they're really nice waterways to be by. Because for the most part, like the Great Lakes and stuff are basically massive um, settling ponds. Okay, I guess they haven't. This isn't showing. The construction's obviously further along than this, but that does not look like a easy road to cross to get towards the water. And obviously, Pat couldn't afford this. Got yelled at by the couture. Taking these worth it. Your motorcycle's not even centered. Pat, if you, God, he's like a fat chick that tries to do a selfie and she doesn't do the angle right, so it's like pronouncing her double chin more. Like, what is this, Pat? Nothing screams midlife crisis to me like a motorcycle. It's right up there with like a Corvette. Like if a guy in his 40s is driving around a Corvette, I don't think, ooh, that guy's really successful. I think, yeah, that guy's midlife crisis, man. Midlife crisis. Also, I really have to point out the fact that like you get to a certain age, I think, unless you're trying to be an influencer, you get to a certain age where you stop taking pictures of shit that you own. Like, and you usually get out of this in like your 20s. You don't, I mean, like Pat, come on, you're in your 40s. Like, who does this? God, it's just so cringe. It's really, really cringe. And yeah, Pat, you'll never afford a place in there. And no wonder you got yelled at. You're taking glamour shots at a construction site. I don't know what that is. What is? What are we supposed to take away from this? That you have the head that's half the size of a building? Oh, God bless this man. You know what this is, right? With this whole series of tweet is this is Patrick's version of exercise. I guarantee you, like in Patrick's mind, he's like, I drove around on my motorcycle for 30 minutes. That's the same as exercise. I was jiggling. Oh, God bless this fat, doughy man. Because this is what happens to us when we start getting old. This is our version of exercise. We start we start getting fatter and stuff, and we treat this as we just treat long drives or going out on a motorcycle or like riding on a boat. Like when you hit your 40s, you'll go fishing and get drunk on on like a small little pontoon boat or whatever, and that will count as exercise. Golly, he's eating himself and drinking himself to death. I love Pat. Of course, he's got to post something like this and just piss me off. Pat, you don't know anyone who's got a skin in the game. You don't. War is like something funny to you. It's like Star Wars. It's a movie prop. It's a TV show. You have no idea what it's really like. And you don't know anyone that serves in the military. You probably never have. You might know of like some uncle, great great grand uncle that you've never freaking met that served in World War II. You yourself don't know anyone that served in the military. It's an abstract concept. You probably don't even. You probably wouldn't even. Oh well, I'm sure that if you ever did interact with like a veteran like myself, you would naturally just try to start a fight with me over something stupid. I really wish people that like were all gung ho about this just got you like if you're pro war, you automatically got gang pressed into the military. Sure, somebody like Patrick would be horribly ineffective at anything other than being a meat shield, but I don't know. I just get irritated. Thanks, Pat. You went from putting me in a good mood to a bad mood. I don't get this joke. If somebody in the chat could explain this to me, did Ivana Trump get thrown down a flight of stairs? I never heard of that. I'm sure I'm putting two and two together. I'm assuming that this is some kind of Trump reference, but I don't get it. Okay, I guess. I don't know. I don't get people that are really into pro wrestling. Like I don't understand people who like I don't understand you if you're like, oh my God, this insane genocidal out of touch boomer needs to be president over this other insane out of touch genocidal boomer. Like I don't get it. Like whoever the president is doesn't affect you. It just doesn't. It doesn't. You're not that important. Whoever's hearing this, you're not that important. I hate to tell you this. You're not that important. You want to affect your government. The most important part of the government that you need to follow and you need to try to influence because it has the most effect on you day to day, your local government. That's what you should be voting in. That's what you should be following. You should be fucking giving a shit about like your zoning board and shit like that because those people will really fuck with you. Those people can really affect your life. They're also the people that you can influence the most. Why? Because only like fucking 10% of people bother to vote in local elections and shit. I helped get pit bulls banned in my city, just as a joke. And it was very easily done. Why? Because idiot hipsters that own pit bulls don't vote. The priority should be local, then state, and at the very, very distant third should be federal. You really shouldn't give a shit about federal elections. You shouldn't. It affects you as much as whoever wins the fucking, what is it called? WrestleMania. Oddly enough, though, people seem to give a shit in the complete reverse, which just doesn't make any sense to me. Like Pat probably could not tell you. Could not. Well, I was gonna say he couldn't articulate. He can't articulate shit. But like Pat could not tell you why his life is better under Biden. It's so much worse under Trump. And it's the same way with like somebody who's a Trump supporter. Like really, when it comes down to it, it's like it really comes down to it's like I prefer red versus blue or blue versus red kind of thing at the end of the day. Because like shit that presidents get blamed for, they don't have really any influence on, like inflation. President doesn't really fucking affect it. It takes years. Our economy is so big and complex. It takes like 5 to 10 years for the actions of any administration to really start playing out. And even then, it's closer to a decade out. Um, so it's just it doesn't really matter who the current president is. It really doesn't. Like it just doesn't. But I digress. I'm just getting distracted. I'm already exhausted, so I'm gonna wrap this up and go to sleep. Ciao.